Hello my friends, David Kessler here and welcome back to the studio. I get plenty of questions from people every week, how can I be a better painter? How can I be a better painter? How can I be a better painter? There are really only 3 keys that you need to focus on to be a better painter. So if you want to write these down or save this video for later so you can refer back to it, do that because I'm going to give them to you right now. Number 1. Learn the fundamentals. And I've talked about this over and over and over. It's so important to know the design fundamentals and how to use those when you're painting. And I can't emphasize that enough. If you don't start with that, then you don't have a good base to build from. You have to know that, and you have to understand how they work, and you have to have them up here so that every time you go to the canvas or the paper to paint, that you can do that without having to think about it. You want that to be second nature so that you never have to think about it. So you have to learn them, commit them to memory. That's number 1. Easy, right? It is. But it takes time. So don't think that you're going to, learn that stuff in a week or a month. It takes time to learn those and have those be second nature. Number 2, learn how to take those design fundamentals and use them in a painting. Right? That's number 2. Take the design fundamentals, learn how to implement those in your work. Right? I mean, they don't do you any good if you don't know how to implement them in your work. That's the important thing, is that they come through in your paintings so that you know what you're doing. You know how to make values. You know how to mix color. You know how to make a center of interest. You know how to do all these things that are so important as a foundation of your art making. Right? That's number 2. Number 3, practice, practice, practice until you can develop a consistent body of work. Right? This is all, fairly basic stuff, but a lot of people don't focus on it. But you have to take the knowledge that you gain from the fundamentals and how to implement those in your work, and you have to do it over and over and over and over hundreds of times. And once you do that, and that you're comfortable with that, and that you have a certain sort of a way you approach everything, that's going to come through in your work. And ultimately, if you stay the course, you will develop a consistent body of work. Now, that doesn't mean that everything you do goes together. You have to consciously think about what it is that you want to do and do that thing better than anybody, and that's going to develop your consistent body of work. And a lot of people never get there, and a lot of people don't think it's important because they want to do stuff everywhere. And if that's what you want to do, there's nothing wrong with that. But all professional artists I know develop a consistent body of work so that you look at that body of work and say, oh yeah, Dave did that. To the 3 things, right? Learn the design fundamentals, number 1. Number 2, learn how to take those design fundamentals and implement them in your work. And number 3, practice doing that hundreds of times until you can develop a consistent body of work. And that's really all you need to know about how to be a better painter. And I hope it was helpful for you, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.